Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back here at Ciocca, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram of Flemington to check out another late model pre-owned Honda. What we have here is a 2024 Honda Civic Si in Sonic Gray Pearl. We got the 18-inch matte black wheels. Obviously the Si is a 6-speed manual transmission only. So my question for you is, if you're looking for a affordable enthusiast vehicle, is the Civic Si the way you would go? You can let me know as we go through the car. So let's dig in. Front end of the Civic Si, again, the Sonic Gray Pearl paint. As we zoom on in to the front here, we have a full spread of LED lighting up front, including the turn signals. We got the fog lamp action going as we come around. We're all blacked out on the front, with that Honda badge totally blacked out of there. Now, here we go with our wheel and tire setup. Now, these are 18-inch aluminum alloy, matte black wheels, Honda badge on the center cap. Goodyear all-season tires, 235 on the width, a 40 series sidewall 18s, all four corners, front wheel drive. Moving on out, there is that Sonic Gray Pearl with those black accents all the way around. No silver at all on this vehicle whatsoever. I think it looks really, really good. As we move on in closer, we're going to go with gloss black side view mirror caps, no LED turn signals, color match on the front and the rear door handle, left side fuel filler cap. Up top, we're going to go with a color matched roof, shark fin antenna, standard sunroof. And then as we swing it on around to the back, we have that gloss black deck lid spoiler kicking up. We have the Civic on the left, the blacked out Honda badge in the middle, Si in red on the right. Lighting wise, we're going to have standard bulbs for the turn signals and that functional dual exhaust. Under the hood of this 24 Civic Si, we have Honda's 1.5-liter inline 4-cylinder engine. The Si is a 6-speed manual transmission only, 200 horsepower, 192 pound-feet of torque, MPGs 27 in the city, 37 on the highway. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, here we go. We don't have the window sticker because, again, the owner of this vehicle threw it away, which I do not recommend, especially if you're going to trade it in at another brand's dealership, because this vehicle, along with a Civic Type R, was traded in on a brand new Ram 1500 Rebel. So that's how this car came to be at this dealer, which is an interesting trade-in, to say the least. Now, MSRP base on a 24 Civic Si is $29,100. We don't know the exact price when new because we don't have the window sticker. But we also know that this vehicle's got 15,000 miles on it, which is low for the model year because it's now 2 model years old. And you can buy it now for $28,000. So, get about $1,000 off the base price when new. Now, the Civic Si is also built at the Honda Performance Assembly Plant in Marysville, Ohio, just in case you wanted to know. But for now, let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, we'll move in closer. We're going to go black soft touch across the top. Then we're going to have some more soft touch with gloss black into your brushed aluminum door handle. Then we're going to have the red insert in fabric along with a fabric armrest with the red cross stitch. Flat black on the switch gear. Down below, decent sized door pocket. We do have the upgraded Bose sound system in here, and that's where you pop the trunk. As we move on in to the foot box, there are the Si carpeted floor mats. We have a nice large dead pedal with aluminum finish on your clutch, brake, and accelerator. And then seating wise, we're going to go manual seats for the driver and the front passenger. That's the way the Si rocks, with the black cloth, red cross stitch, red insert with the SI embroidered into each front seat, and it's a one-piece seat. Front passenger door panel, same action as the driver. Moving on over to our dash, soft touch, then some gloss black with red accents with this graded design into your heat and air vent. So I do like how that looks. And then down below, we do have nice large glove box right there. And then we swing it on over to the infotainment system. We have Honda's infotainment system, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. This is the home button. You can get all your apps right up here. With your app installer, you got your Bluetooth audio, change your clock, AM, FM, as well as Sirius XM and Honda Link to hook the vehicle up with your smartphone. So that's where they have that jazz. We go back to home. Bluetooth our phone. There's the radio, Bluetooth audio, smartphone connection, Sirius XM. We can turn that on, make sure we got our volume down. And so we have that up. So that's nice to have. And a fairly basic system, I'm going to call this. We move back to home, and then we can swing it on over. Nice response to the touchscreen, general settings, vehicle settings. There's your Honda Link to hook the vehicle up with your smartphone as well. We got one more page to go. That's your display mode. You can brighten and dim it. Go back this way. You can go to your vehicle settings, and this is where you can check your tire pressures, set up your driver assist system, meter setup. We go here, and we can adjust how we want everything to look as far as your tachometer and everything on the dash. So I do like how that is. And then you can also go to your keyless access setup, your lighting setup, set up your lighting however you would like it to look. So they do have some nice features in here, individual settings right here, where you can set up how you want this to respond. Of course, we're going to have engine in sport and steering in sport for today's drive. We're going to do that right now because we're going to be driving this like a big dog with a broken in engine. And so there you have it, and you go back to the beginning. So it's very simple, very easy. Then you have some widgets down below as well, right? With your phone, connect your smartphone and all that jazz right down below. You got your volume button right here, seek for your music right here. Now, if we go to reverse, there you have it. Nice large backup camera, nice and clear with trajectory. You also get some other views that you can go to as well. All depends on what you want to see in the vehicle. We'll go back to neutral, and we're good to go. So now as we come down, 2 more heat and air vents, 4-way hazards, push button start in red. We do have a single zone climate control right here with your defrost, and then down further, a 12-volt, 2 USB A's, and a rubberized area to store your phone. And of course, if you have a C connector on your phone, you can get an adapter from Amazon for about $5. So it's not the end of the world. Here is the 6-speed manual with the stitching on the gator. There is the pattern. And then we have our drive modes, which we'll check out when we go through the dash. Engine auto stop start on or off. We do have our electric brake, auto vehicle hold, 2 cup holders, and now this small Honda key fob. Lock, unlock, pop the trunk, panic button, Honda badge on the back. And then we do have a cloth soft armrest with the stitching. We can open that up. And we have a smaller area for storage underneath. The Honda steering wheel, we have a black leather wrapped steering wheel with the red cross stitch, so I do like that. Honda badge on the horn button, round bottom wheel. But the Civic is a pretty open and airy passenger cabin. I have plenty of room to get in and out of this vehicle at 5'11", no sweat. We have flat black on the switchgear. So over here on the left, you're going to have your voice commands, volume, seek for your music, your home button, and the scroll bar to go through the digital dash. Now on the right side, you have your cruise control, safety suite controls as well. On the left stalk, you're going to have your headlight controls and turn signals. On the right, you're going to have your windshield wipers. Down over here, you're going to be able to brighten dim the dash. That's your safety suite controls on or off, traction control off. And then we do have a manual, tilting, and telescoping wheel. And then we have our digital dash display right here. And now let's check out our drive modes. But first, we're going to go over here to the infotainment system, and here are the drive modes. So we have sport, an individual, and if you press and hold this button down, You can go in and customize it like we did earlier. And then we can go to normal. So there you go, normal, sport, and your individual mode. And then you can go back to normal, but we're of course going to be in sport. And of course you do get the same change here on your dash when you change your drive modes. So they have it in both places, but I wanted to show you both. And then if you do have it, want to see additional information, then you can just scroll through additional information. You can hit the button, you can reset your trip, you can cancel your trip. Oops, very, very touchy. You go back to home, and this is where you can bring up different displays that you may want to see when you're going down the road. And in this case, we're just going to choose range and fuel. And there you have it, nice and clear. And as you can see, we're just over 15,000 miles on this vehicle. The overhead console, pretty simple. If you want your LED dome lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door, this button remains on door in the center. And then when you open the door, lighting comes on, close the door, lighting will dim out. And then we have a manual shade for our sunroof. And then this switch, one click back, wind buffeter comes up, roof goes back. Plain and simple. You can go ahead, one click back, and it closes. And then if you push that button up towards the roof, you got the tilt function, then you can just close that up. So they got you set there. And then our rear view mirror, framed rear view mirror, manual dimming function. And then our sun visor right here with vanity and a light. And does it slide? Yes, it does. Getting to the back of this Civic Si, but first the rear door panel were all black. And all hard black plastic except for your cloth armrest, no stitching, no insert design. So we have cost cutting on the rear door panel. Now I have the seat set for my driving position, so we'll hop on in. But to get into this vehicle, like we've seen on some other smaller compact cars, we put in our right leg, duck, twist, and then bring in our left leg, and then close the door. I'm not going to close it because I think the child locks are on, and I don't want to get locked in, but here we go. Once I'm in, I got enough room for my head, shoulders, and knees. A little bit more spacious back here than the Corolla FX, which we saw a couple months ago, and I'm going to put that video at the end of this one in case you want to see that. But now we have all cloth, no seat pocket behind the driver, no seat pocket behind the front passenger, and we don't have any connectivity here in the rear. Now, back seats, as you can see, not the same. Here's our front seat with the red insert and the stitching, and here is the back seats. We do have some stitching, but it's all black, no insert design, but we do have some more red stitching. So not exactly what I would like to see in the back seat of this Si. We do have a soft armrest with 2 cup holders, but overall, it's pretty comfortable here in the back of this Civic Si. Getting in the trunk of this Civic Si, you can pop the trunk from the key fob or from the driver door panel, or you can come to the back and right underneath the Honda badge, there's a button. You hit it and lift up. Nice wide opening, 14.4 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of the Civic Si. That's a great number for a compact sedan. And then in the back here, we do have extra storage with a fix-a-flat, no spare. That's kind of a bummer. If you want to lower the rear seats, you can. We do have levers here in the trunk. You just pull these levers, then you can go around to each door and you can let the seat down. 60-40 split. And now, if you don't have anybody in the back and you need more room, more narrow opening, but you got some extra room. So you have a really good use of storage space in this Si's trunk. Now we don't have a new car window sticker, but we can put the information up that the dealer has put on this vehicle as a used car. And then the buyer's guide, which is required. Take this baby out for a spin. this 24 Civic Si. And before we get into the drive, we got great visibility out of all the glass. I don't have an issue there at all. We have good sized side view mirrors, blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, pre-collision, all that action in this Civic Si for safety. We have LED lighting up front for safety. So a lot of nice stuff in here. Obviously the 6-speed manual. As far as the ride, we're in sport, so it's a firmer ride as you would expect in an enthusiast car. So I do like how they have this chassis tuned and the suspension worked out in here. I think it is a mix for a really fun and compelling drive. Obviously the 6-speed manual is buttery smooth, nice and short on the shifts, easy clutch, nice low bite point, easy vehicle. If you're even going to learn to drive a stick, this is a great vehicle to learn on. It's an easy manual transmission to operate for sure. The handling, now we're in sport, so the handling is a little bit stiffer, but it is tight and it is right. It feels really good. Brakes, they throw out the anchors no problem, and we're at a dead stop. The red line on this engine is 6,500 RPM, and you know what, it's not the fastest enthusiast car, but you know, the 6-speed manual makes it so much fun. And that's why I, went after Toyota a little bit when we reviewed the Corolla FX a month or so ago, because it's supposed to be a enthusiast type vehicle, harken back to the old Corolla FX in the 1980s, and they put a CVT in it, and they didn't put a 6-speed in it. And, that 2-liter 4 would have been great with a 6-speed. And they would have had a really, I think, a credible competitor to this Civic Si. Because this Si, even though it's a 1.5 turbo 4, 200 horsepower, 192 pound-feet of torque, it doesn't have the most. The 6-speed manual makes it feel more engaging to drive, and it makes it feel more fun. And this vehicle is just planted to the ground. Great response in the turns. We have a nice sharp turning radius here, so we're going to go ahead and check that out. Look at this. Just whips right around about 18 feet, maybe a little less. Down the road you go, piece of cake, easy to shift. And that's the same thing when we've driven the Acura Integra, right? Same vehicle. It's got a really nice, easy, short shifting, precise manual gearbox. Really love it. Downshift. Nicely done too. $6,500 RPM red line, if I haven't mentioned that. And it's got a pretty good exhaust note here on this vehicle for this small of an engine. So at the end of the day, if you're looking for an affordable enthusiast vehicle and you want that 6-speed manual, there's not a lot to choose from anymore. And you let me know, is the Honda Civic Si the one you would get? Because the Civic Type R, which hopefully we'll see when that vehicle that was traded in, I mentioned that earlier, becomes available for sale, but right now they're taking all the mods off it and putting back on the stock parts. So it's going to take a little while to get that thing camera ready. But that's, a car that is going to cost you close to $50,000. And here we are with this vehicle at 28 grand, and it's still a lot of fun. And I believe it's an affordable enthusiast vehicle that's going to be reliable, it's simple, and I think it's fun. But you let me know, is the Civic Si the way you would rock and roll down the road? Oh, but I do want to thank Ciocca Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram here in Flemington, New Jersey, for allowing the channel access to this 2024 Honda Civic Si for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.